do the washing up and tidy the place up a bit. And she started a blog where she put these notes on. And then other people started sending their notes in as well. And she amassed this quite impressive collection of original passive-aggressive notes. And we liked it so much that we wrote to her and asked her if she wanted to do an exhibition of these notes, of all the original notes. And she said yes, and we had a great exhibition. So that's an example of things that wouldn't normally be considered art. This is another thing that wouldn't normally be considered art, but I think is quite wonderful. It's a guy who takes photographs of funny-shaped vegetables and fruit, which I find quite inspiring in my own little way. These were a selection of images that Eric Kessels did for a book called Useful Photography, and this was shows how the gallery works as a place to do book launches as well for our bookshop. And he just took the first sequence of porn sites, but it was the very first photograph in the sequence. So it kind of told this strange story that you couldn't really work out what it was, and some of these images were quite surreal, but kind of beautiful as well at the same time. And this is another guy called Herman Smits, who just finds everyday things that he turns into art. I couldn't really work it out either, but it was good. So we also make advertising campaigns, because that is what we do. We are an advertising agency. But we just try and investigate and explore and push what an advertising agency can be, and hopefully knock down some walls at the same time. And this is a TV ad that we've just made for Morgan Spiced.
The Morgan Spiced modern adventurer. The leader of expeditions to neighbouring towns. Boldly going where not many people have been before. Explorer of the urban jungle. You'll take on the elements without so much as a coat. You're out to discover hidden night spots and explore the four corners of your town. This one's for you, Morgan Spiced, made with rum and ingredients from the four corners of the world.
So working in a space like KKOutlet provides the people who work here with a ready source of inspiration that changes weekly. Exhibitions created by the staff and selling products selected or created by the staff of KK keeps everyone in touch with an audience, the area and the community in which we work and live in. And it inspires creativity through all levels of the agency. And most of all, well, it can lead us down to some interesting routes as well. We were approached by a pop group called Fluke to make a music video. And obviously we didn't have much money for it, so we tried to organise a riot because the lyrics were quite angry. So we put a lot of work together to organise a riot and invited a lot of people down to participate in this riot, but then it suddenly occurred to us that another riot was happening on the same day, which was bigger and better than ours. So we decided to join that one instead. And this was the resulting pop promo.
shows. No emotion. No devotion. No trips to the ocean. No time to play. No place. No news. No way. No rules. Nothing to lose. No soul. No car. No cigar.
So I won't show you all of that, but I'm going to hand you back to Engin now, who's going to talk to you a bit about the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel. And we always say to people that if you're ever in Amsterdam and you want somewhere nice and cheap to stay, then don't stay at the Hans Brinker Hotel.
That's true, actually. Just a few facts before we get into the work, and also the reason why we selected this work. Maybe we start with that, actually. This is actually an example in which PR is a key element to reach otherwise unreachable audience for the hotel. The Brinker is our first client, and it's not part of an international hotel chain. It's just one hotel in the city of Amsterdam, in the center, 513 beds. And these their visitors are people from all over the world, backpackers from far away as Australia, North America, South America. So we were asked to develop an international campaign without the budgets of an international campaign. And what you then do, if you get an assignment like that, you go there and stay there to find out if the hotel has positive selling points we could use in a campaign. So as you can see, it's pretty tough to find positive things to say about the hotel. And I will quote you from this book, which is actually the last campaign of the hotel. I'll talk to you a bit more about that in a minute. But there's a nice quote here about the solution, actually. In its purest form, advertising exists to describe or draw attention to the benefits of a product in order to promote sales. But what do you do if the product you're selling has no real benefits, no unique selling points, nothing more than the barest of the bare essentials? If you're the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel, you do the unthinkable, and you tell the truth. And that's what we did. This is part of a fly poster campaign, and Richard will take you through all the way to.
Yeah, well, it just really highlights, or turns a positive into a negative. So these are all designed by Anthony Burrell.
This is actually true. There are rooms with a window, but there are also rooms with a window which just looks at a wall like that. It's a very weird hotel. It's complimentary. This is a nice piece, actually. This is something to add more luxury in a hotel room. Just put this in a room. You can cut it out. This poster actually is quite important because what it did for the hotel, at least, was actually a breakthrough thing for us. But this poster goes with an activity we created in the city, which is the smallest outdoor campaign in the world. So we put flags in 30 thirds around Amsterdam Central Station, where all the tourists arrive. And obviously this doesn't reach a lot of people, as you could understand. But what we did, we took a picture of this and sent it to the press. And what happened was this.